from Sacramento, it's Let's Spend the Night Together with Dante and Craig. Tonight's guests, BEYONCE and Jim Morrison and the MARS VOLTA. Take it away, boys.
I think it's gonna get pretty spooky.
Get ready to laugh, man.
Welcome to this very spooky edition of Let's Spend the Night Together, the devil's favorite late night podcast. We are glad that you've joined us to partake in a night of tricks and treats, ritual sacrifice, and dick jokes. We have assembled a coven of wicked tales, heavy on the evil sauce and dripping with spooky sarcasm. Come with us now, if you dare, as we venture down into the pit of man's deepest desires and worst fears. Prepare yourself for the second annual Let's Spend the Night Together Halloween special.
Hello and welcome to the second annual Let's Spend the Night Together Halloween special.
Trick or treat.
That's what she said. Off to a great start. I'm Dante, your host. With me as always is my colleague cohort and spooky candy ghost, Craig. Craig, how you doing?
Halloween.
It's Halloween Eve. It's the devil's favorite
spooky.
night.
I'm feeling a little spooked out, but good.
Yeah, you're still spooking it?
Yeah, it's just got that Halloween vibe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jack-o'-lanterns around the neighborhood I live in.
Yeah.
Of this French-Spanish.
I actually passed one and said eek.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Carved right there into the
Carved
pumpkin?
right there, yeah.
Wow.
And then there was another
good
pumpkin
stuff.
with just a hole in it. I was like, what is that
Really?
about? Yeah.
How big was the hole? Like,
It was about just the size of a dick, actually. Perfect.
Okay.
But, yeah, I don't know what it was for, though.
Probably not that.
Probably, I don't know what we're talking about. Well, we're off to a good start, everybody. I hope there's a little bit of spirit of evil in the room. I think that's why we're talking like this. You might be asking...
Satan is
Satan,
around.
Beelzebub himself, Lucifer, Morning Star. You might be asking yourself, what have I stumbled upon? Well, let me tell you, weary traveler, this is Let's Spend the Night Together.
It's not always this spooky, I'll tell you that.
No,
right off the bat.
but tonight we're going to make an exception for all the ghouls. This is a late night chat show where we discuss a wide variety of topics and news. Primarily, we focus our attention on pop culture, music, entertainment, and all that hullabaloo.
Primarily, yeah.
But tonight is a little different because we're going to be talking about vampires and werewolves and the undead and witches and things that go hump in the night. And you're going to hear about it.
Yeah.
And I don't care. If you are offended by anything
God.
that you hear,
That creature under the stairs.
if you're a
Maybe
freak in the
dead.
sheets but you don't want to put it out there,
Yeah.
we hope that you'll keep an open mind and remember these are just jokes.
Yeah.
Horror ones at that, but jokes.
Yeah.
Still. And the concept is there. We've assembled a
Don't get
terrifying...
offended. Don't get too spooked out.
Don't get too spooked out. We have assembled a terrifying show for you tonight.
Bone chilling.
Bone chilling, right to the bone. Not the funny bone. Ooh, that... I wish there
We're
was
probably going to hit the funny bone as well.
I wish there was a car crash right there.
Yeah.
I'd just trip over myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm so nervous for some reason, Craig. What are these, goosebumps?
Oh
What is this, velvet?
Paging R.L. Stein.
R.L. Stein. What was that like? Was that a real person?
He's dead.
Well, I didn't think he was. Well, I thought
it
that
was
was
a
part
Stephen
of the
King surname.
That was part of the gimmick, right?
Or ghost. Stephen King ghost wrote for that.
Really?
No pun intended. Ghost.
That was
And I don't
that
even
was
mean
the
in a spooky
Kingster.
way. It's
Man.
not R.L. Stein's fake.
He's cornered the market on horror literature. For
No,
some
I
reason.
think that's really the dude's name. He's just some old guy. Some
Yeah.
old
He just likes to
attractive
scare
man
kids.
that just spooks the hell out of kids.
It's not weird at all.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
In today's world, that's pretty
yeah.
good. Like that's
That's a
the
no-no.
best thing being done to kids. in today's
Yeah.
world.
Do you ever when you were growing up? Do you remember hearing like you don't take candy from strangers? Obviously, But on Halloween especially. I never heard that, actually. No. I was told the opposite. Take anything you can from strangers.
Always have an open palm.
Yes, always.
To a stranger.
Just say yes to everything. No, but you always say, like, you're going to get... There's a legend.
Blades.
Yeah, razor blades in the candy.
Yeah.
Rat poison.
In your Milky Way.
In your Milky Way. Something bad like that. Did that ever happen to you?
Cum in your Skittles. Something like that. No.
And you're like, I don't think this is factory. It came in the box like this. This is open for some reason.
Glaze all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them would be already open and have like little, almost like a needle mark poked into the top of it. And I usually just wouldn't worry. Someone already opened it up for me. I'll just take a bite.
I would always just trade those with my sister.
Oh my god!
You take those, and I'll take these. And,
So is your sister half Inuit? Is your half sister?
No. I grew up with a lot of different brothers and sisters. Yeah. It's a very turbulent time, my childhood.
Yeah.
And as much as I'd love to get into it here on Hallows Eve.
Yeah, go check out an older episode. I think it's episode 22 or something like that.
We'll get straight to the issues
at hand. Talk about the Inuit man. But, and Dante's relationship heretofore.
All right, here we
go.
Back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity.
I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. We're going to do It's Only Rock and Roll.
It's bone-chillingly only rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta work on that. It's only Halloween and I like it.
But I like it. This is a very spooky edition.
Yeah, and this edition made... Wait, what's that sound?
Is there something outside?
Oh my!
Is Kevin Spacey outside?
Is he on the loose? Not that spooky. Take the spooky down a notch. Oof. I think it's wolves. Crossing my fingers, not werewolves.
Okay.
Hoping it's just wolves.
Just the regular type of wolves that have rabies and
just a rabid.
Oof, man, you got my blood circulating there. You gave me a gift. That's like when I get on the live leaks, you know.
Oh my god!
I see something bad happen.
Right. See a guy with a hood over his head and a gun pointed to him?
Yeah, you see like a school bus get blown up. Yemen or something like that. I think I mentioned that before. Alright, but we're not talking about any of that. Yeah, that's spooky and what have you.
In a way.
It's
not like fun spooky, though.
But not fun spooky.
Like Hocus Pocus. That's kind of what our house is like right now.
That's kind of what our house is. That's kind of like the sort of comedy.
This podcast is from it's as funny as Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus
It's
inspired.
Weird. I've been meaning to ask you all day. You had this. I thought you were cooking something like a slow roast.
Yeah.
But it's to be frank, not to be too on the nose, but it was a big cauldron. It was a bubbling, boiling cauldron.
Yeah.
And was that like a slow cook thing, or is there?
No, I've been working on that. Yeah, I've been working on that all day, and you're going to reap the benefits later.
Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Why do they always have the worst things in the witch brew?
Like toad's blood,
and it's like the puppy dog tails,
puppy dog tears,
and then you need it's like an eye of newt is always one of them.
Eye of newt.
Yeah, you've never heard that.
And then you need
paprika.
Deer semen.
So you get a Joe Rogan for that one because he has that unlocked.
He's hit that
Jamie,
thing with a bow and arrow.
The deer semen. Yeah, he's a very very mysterious guy, dark web sort of guy. All right, what am I fucking rambling on about?
Keep it spooky.
Keep it spooky. Just keep saying to yourself, whatever happens, just say, keep it spooky.
Do you guys feel that? I guess you can't feel it through a podcast, but do you feel that cold air?
There's a lot of dark energy. Yeah, there's a lot of
dark energy.
There's a lot of coldness in this room.
I'm wearing a crystal around my neck because of all the dark energy.
You too.
Yeah, try and battle it.
I remember when I was growing up, one of my friends, she got into witchcraft. So I went to the
Wiccan.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. That's kind of like a novice's idea of what's really going on. But
Oh my god.
yeah. So she took me to the place, and I think it was out
Salem.
It was out in Salem, Oregon.
Yeah.
No, it was she took me to the store, and I remember the drive was forever, right? She was,
Hot Topic.
She was dressed in all in black. It was called Spencer's Gifts. It was at the mall, and I got my ears pierced.
Oh my god.
No, so we go to the store. So it's a very esoteric store. I had to drop that. And
It looked like the Hocus Pocus house.
It looks like the Hocus Pocus house. And we go in there, and she's looking around. And it's all the spooky stuff, like statues of gargoyles and
goats' heads and
goats and incense and yeah. It was very much like a Spencer's Gifts actually. And she ended up buying tarot cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she read your?
No, I wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
Because I thought she'd curse me. Yeah, too spooky.
Curse you?
I didn't want to get into those dark kind of arts.
Yeah.
I don't
dabbling in
agree
the
with
dark arts
that.
either.
No. I couldn't. It's not kosher.
It's gonna get kind of dark in here, so
yeah.
If you're watching, that's another thing we forgot to recommend, like a disclaimer. If at all during this podcast you feel like you need to turn up the lights, or if you have candles on, that's probably what most people have. Blow those out, turn on the lights. Make sure it's just well lit, because it's getting a little
spooky.
It's a little spooky. Yeah. It's a little dark in here.
All right, let's get to it. Rock and roll never dies. Tales of classic rockers from beyond the grave.
Preach.
Rock and roll never dies, bro.
That's right, brother.
Crack one open.
This is a brother kind of podcast.
Oh, yeah. All right, if you're the type of person who's inclined to believe that ghosts are real, which I am, I'm very gullible, then it only stands to reason that some of those spirits wandering the earth must have been famous in their physical incarnations.
That's true.
I guess, but...
James Dean walking around here somewhere.
Yeah. You still got a cause?
Oh my god.
Or he didn't have a cause.
now
he fucked that up.
Fuck that.
Well, I guess his cause is the living. I'd like to live
Oh my god.
I'd like to be alive.
You might have a cause now.
You dick. Alright, who's saying we aren't all... Okay. This
Rebel with Unfinished Business. That's the sequel I want to make.
Write it down. Yeah, somebody, you copyright that. That's a golden idea.
Yeah. Someone will steal that.
Obviously, ultimate classic rock. Okay, these are just...
Yeah, so we're talking about... It's Only Rock and Roll, our music segment, where we usually do like a music story or from rock and roll history or recent events or something.
Yeah. So they're...
Not just rock and roll.
We're talking about the spirit of Halloween. And
I like it.
And it says that they've decided to look around for some of the more interesting claims from people who believe they've been contacted by the dearly departed rockers.
Oh.
Starting with a story from the Doors keyboardist Ray Manzarek.
Ah.
Great mutton chops. Who once shared the tale of how he and ex-bandmate Robbie Krieger may have been haunted by their deceased frontman
Fat
Jim
cock
Morrison.
Rob Krieger. So wait, Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger saw Jim Morrison's ghost? Encountered his ghost?
They say, I have a recurring dream in which Jim has just returned from France.
Oh, wow.
Where he died, mind you.
Yeah.
And he has accomplished what he went there for in the first place, to die on heroin. No,
he
to
lived
rest
up
and
to
get
that
clean.
Song, The End, their song. He wanted to live that
This
out.
is the end. Heroin, my friend.
Oh, my God.
He went there, went there for the first place? To rest and get clean, man.
Ooh,
Change his rock star lifestyle. It says that in the article. And I want to jump off a bridge.
Going to that Soul Kitchen. He just...
Manzarek told me about... Okay, so Manzarek said that in 2001. We talk about where he's been and what he's been doing. I asked him if he's been working on any new material.
Oh, no.
Because he's just going through... These are acid flashbacks.
You got any
And just before he
material,
answers, I wake up. He disappears in a cloud of smoke.
I haven't seen that shaman in years. He's the one who gave me all the lyrics, right? I can't.
This is just...
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, and he says, when I told Robbie about it, he said, yeah, me too. Oh, he got me too? That's no good.
No, I don't think that's
Oh,
what
that's okay. Yeah, he
meant.
said me too about the dream.
Oh, okay.
He had the same dream.
And they're like, hey, John Densmore, the drummer, did you have it? No. A dream of...
Don't call here. Don't
Okay.
call back. He slams the door in your face.
John, what the fuck happened?
When we tried to talk to John Densmore, he pulled a gun out on one of us. All right, Morrison fans may recall
I'm going to break on through to your side, asshole. Get the hell out of here. Sorry, Mr. Densmore.
Well, he's been actually haunted by Jim Morrison.
Oh,
So,
that's why he's so touchy?
Yeah, because these guys, it's just in his dreams, but Jim
my
Morrison
God.
actually haunts.
The Lizard King?
The Lizard King. He can haunt anything.
Oh my God.
So,
Build me a woman, make her 10 feet tall. All right.
Morrison fans may recall that Manzarek and Krieger are far from only ones who've wondered whether the Lizard King lingers. In
What a
fact,
stupid sentence.
oh my God,
Yeah.
he's getting paid by the word. In fact, in 2009, researchers made headlines when they claimed a photo purporting to show Morrison's spirit lingering over his grave had been analyzed and proven not to be a fake.
Wow.
So what was proven not to be a fake?
The photo?
The photo or the spirit?
Yeah.
Perhaps the singer's 1971 death was not the end.
Oh, like that song.
It's like that song that they wrote a
That
million
song
years
there.
ago. Yeah, it's fucking...
Yeah.
That's...
You know, but,
Man,
but
you
you also
remember?
have to think about when the music's over.
Turn out the lights. Oh.
So, maybe it really is.
I was so into the Doors when I was a kid, but this...
You were kind of like a
this-
rider on the storm.
I was in a gang when I was growing up. We were the Riders on the Storm,
Were
actually.
you?
Yeah.
That's pretty tough. I would have stayed away from that.
It was a Doors-inspired band. Or not band.
I was
street kid
street
group.
gang, street kid gang. We
Yeah.
guys sang like songs and like got in fights and stole milk money and stuff.
Yeah, it's like one summer all I had, I was hanging out with my grandparents and all I had was the Doors, the best of the Doors, and West Side Story, and I was like, all right.
So you started a gang?
Yeah, so I was
That's
like,
weird because
put
I
my
was
two,
in
two favorite things together.
put them together. I was in a Doors street kid gang. as
Yeah,
well
fighter
when I was a
gang.
little kid.
Yeah.
And they were called the Backdoor Men. And I realized after a while it was not what I thought it was.
You know,
Put
some
out
of
that thing.
the
I
members...
kept getting asked all these suggestive things.
Yeah. Some of the people that started to show up at the meet and greets, they're, some of the questions.
Oh
Little,
my God. I made
little
sure to
weird.
always face anyone that got near me. I'll tell you that.
I would wherever I would go into the room and I would put my back up against the wall. So nobody
Just
could come at me.
Slide across the walls. That was the only way I moved through the room.
At least that way I'd have a fighting chance.
Oh my God.
It says, of course, Doors fans don't get all the supernatural fun.
No, it's not just them.
Finger wag for you, Matumbo finger wag. When
Who else had some
surviving,
fun?
when the surviving Beatles
Buddy Holly or something?
reconvened. Oh, we're gonna get to him. When the surviving Beatles
hello.
reconvened to touch,
You know, we better reconvene.
they were gonna touch up some John Lennon's old demos and use them as a new tracks for
You
their
know, I passed away, but I'd really like you to look at some of my demos.
for their 1995 anthology CD documentary series. Lennon's
Yeah.
old bandmates, Ringo, John, and Paul,
Oh,
wondered whether Lennon might have been haunting the sessions in the form of a white peacock. It's okay,
Boy.
so he said, I said to the other guys, that's John, spooky, eh? McCartney later recalled. So,
It's John, it's a soul.
where were they that there was just a white peacock?
Or
running
oh,
around?
peacock. I thought it was a swan. So wait, while they were recording,
They
or,
were
like,
there haunting
working
the
on
sessions.
Haunting the sessions.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Yeah, because
said-
they were gonna do. What's that one? There's like a real sad like Lennon song that you can find the demo. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was one of they had like 3 or 4 songs that they're talking about there, and one of them, I think one of them is that all those years ago, that I forget, but they re-record using like John Lennon's tracks. They like record to those tracks.
Oh, that's awesome.
And George writes like guitar and stuff, but there was one that they like don't do. and like a lot of fans like they changed their mind because that was like maybe the best song.
You think they were scared?
And
the peacock?
I don't know why they did it. They were just saying it was too hard to like record to those tracks.
Bunch of middle-aged guys.
But it's like a good one. Yeah, I forget what it's fucking called.
I'll check that out.
It was by John Lennon.
They said, or this is McCartney. I said to the other guys, "That's John. Spooky, eh?"
John.
He said it was like John was hanging around. We felt that all the way through the recording.
Johnny's hanging around, you know. Woo! We're going to record this song for you.
Hey, I saw that your sister doesn't have she only has one leg. Maybe bring her around later.
Oh my god.
It's kind of my thing.
And the peacock, he kept asking about me one-legged wife.
And I said, get your own.
Get
You
your
stupid
own,
bird.
Johnny boy. I know it's you, Johnny. I've had a go at Yoko recently since
I just imagine him talking to the peacock, and the thing's just like moving its head,
Yeah,
and chirping and everything, and he's just out there.
He's like,
with,
come on, John.
hands on his hips, just talking.
John, what did you really think about wings? Did you like what we did?
Give me your honest opinion.
Maybe I'm amazed.
The silent
that wasn't
treatment, huh?
Oh, the silent treatment.
Elvis Presley has apparently been quite busy since making his way to the great
The
beyond.
king.
If you were gonna see Elvis, you'd see him on the crapper, right? But like,
Oh, God.
but like
Yeah.
but he'd be on everybody's crapper, like a phantom.
You'd go
ghost.
to sit down and he'd just be there. Yeah.
You'd have
his sandwich.
You'd wake
That
up
we talk about on this show.
maybe like mid, you know, that the devil's sandwich.
Devil sandwich, yeah, the king sandwich.
You'd wake up like mid, you know, night, and
Yeah.
you'd try to go and
the
take
bathroom.
go to the bathroom, what
Yeah.
have you, and you just see an old dead rock
you
star.
dead,
type
baby?
shit. He just like tell you to just like be a second. I'm gonna use this, and
Oh
it just
my
flushes.
God.
You always know it's him because the toilet flushes by itself.
Like, all right, king, I'll give you a minute.
Thank you very much.
Poor guy.
The car crash again.
Oh yeah, that was a spook. That nobody survived that
Oh
one.
my god.
There were no survivors. It spun in.
It's fun. Yeah. I wish I had the MASH theme song I could pull up. Right
Oh man. So Elvis Presley apparently has been quite busy since
he?
on his way to the great beyond. At least,
The Great Beyond.
accepted
like that
multiple
REM
reports.
song.
Yeah.
It's about that So Elvis likes REM.
Who doesn't?
Cool.
So from the hallways of Graceland and former RCA studios, is the king or secretly alive or Andy Kaufman? The world may never know. Isn't that? All right, so this is the one that I really liked. And I
Elvis and Andy Kaufman are kicking it.
Yeah, Cole kicking it alive. They tricked everybody. They're with
Oh, my
Tupac
God.
somewhere, and Hitler, I guess,
Listening
and like
to the Great Beyond.
Ecuador, and all and Bigfoot's there too.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Big
they're all having a
Foot.
quinceanera, and they're just
Oh
like,
my god.
we tricked everybody. We're all still alive. Okay, this is my favorite one though.
Patrick Swayze.
Man, rest in peace.
Yeah.
You're gonna get me all teary-eyed and stuff now.
He's 2 times over a ghost. Because he was a ghost when he was alive. And now he's dead.
Wow.
So he's really like a ghost.
Well, if it's not too soon, it's too late. But
You know, it's funny though, because I've been practicing pottery on that wheel every night in hopes that Patrick Swayze's ghost would appear and help me out.
do you think that like one of the extras or somebody actually has like the screen used pottery like set that they use for
Probably.
Ghost?
And they get off to it.
Yeah. Well, maybe not that.
Oh.
I mean, you would eventually get to that.
Okay,
Don't get me
end
wrong.
that edit right here.
That's like one of those theories. It's like should be the law of Craig, where you
Oh my
eventually gonna
God.
like beat off to this thing.
To an object. an object.
To an inanimate object.
And they have like a rating. Like a can of soda would be like a 0. Or
But they're
1,
just
but
you could be doing pottery, and you're just
Yeah.
thinking, all right, so the man actually
like an apple pie would be like a 10 on the meter. Very welcoming.
But you'd be doing your pottery, and hopefully that Pat Swayze would ever, he
Yeah.
actually interacted with the object. Maybe he comes down and I don't know.
Oh, like maybe the people who have the screen use pottery.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
maybe that's what he
There's some kind of
inhabits.
connection to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's how he, like, interacts with the physical world.
That'd be very weird.
Probably
He's
is.
like a bowl, like a clay bowl.
And you just put your hands around it like Demi Moore when she was forming it in the movie.
And then he comes up
And then all of a
like,
sudden you feel like, his
he
arms
big
around
spoons you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Patrick.
And then you just go watch Roadhouse over and over and over again. Oh my god.
Oh man, this is getting weird. Alright. Says we'd be remiss if we failed to mention Cass Elliot. The Mamas and the Papas singer.
Okay. That's true.
Who movie star vodka distiller real life Ghostbuster Dan Aykroyd has been long accused of haunting his Hollywood home. Have you ever heard about this?
Really?
There's a big story about
Dan
this.
Aykroyd?
I looked into it. Yeah, there's a home that several different people have lived at.
Oh, okay.
This Hollywood home. Mama Cass was there when she died.
Really?
And Dan Aykroyd.
So anytime he makes like a ham sandwich in the home, the appliances all like start up and stuff?
Yeah, it's weird. Whenever he goes shopping out at the supermarket, he comes home and everything's stocked. And when he wakes up in the morning, everything's gone and eaten.
What?
And you
Just
can
the
tell
ingredients for a ham sandwich.
Yeah, well,
is missing every
that
night.
and peanut butter. You can tell somebody's been going through the peanut butter with their hands.
Oh my God.
And that isn't.
Or dirty ghost fingers.
Nobody wants that. There's ectoplasm everywhere.
She's leaving ectoplasm.
He seriously said that, like, oh, I know it's Mama Cass's ghost because it's a big spirit. You know, and she was Rubenesque.
Yeah.
So, and she
Has he
died.
busted her yet?
No,
he-
he kept
he
like
can bust
inviting. He kept inviting
He
over
did.
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
and
Come on, guys.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
That I think was
What
eventually.
was that little box thing that would like open up? 'Cause I
Oh
think I
yeah,
had
the
toy of that.
transporter or whatever.
It would,
Yeah,
like, suck the ghost in there.
I think that's eventually what he would give him like the spark of creativity to write the Ghostbusters.
Maybe.
It's because Mama Cass was.
Oh yeah,
was-
that's I guess yeah. Was
Well, the
that
whole,
before
you know-
or after Ghostbusters.
I think it was before.
Really?
Yeah, and the whole.
Well, I know
I think
Aykroyd's a big believer in the
Paranormal.
The paranormal, yeah.
all that kind of like hullabaloo, all the with the gizmos and stuff, like the names and.
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
Venkman would use, I guess.
Yeah.
That was from
Proton
Aykroyd.
packs
Like he was the one that knew
that
all.
came up with all that stuff.
Well, yeah, because he actually knew it because he.
Oh yeah.
He read paranormal magazines and stuff.
Oh yeah. So he knew like ectoplasm.
Yeah. And I think
Because I always thought that word meant come.
I did too.
But it's something.
And boy, I learned the hard way that it
Yeah.
didn't.
I offended a ghost.
I had to fend a ghost off.
Really bad.
Yeah.
No, I offended.
Oh, offended. Oh man, we're just on two wavelengths right now. But you know that there's an actual scene in Ghostbusters where he goes, or when Sigourney Weaver goes and opens up the refrigerator. You know, and she sees the dog thing.
Oh yeah.
And then like the eggs are frying on the counter and everything's popping and things like that.
Dope,
that happened to Dan Aykroyd.
What?
Yes.
Where they're like, yeah.
But it wasn't Zool.
It was
Mama
Mama
Cass. Her soul
Wow.
straight to hell.
And he's like, Cass, no, Cass.
Man, this is crazy.
There is no Aykroyd. There is only Zool.
Yeah,
And his wife's like, Dan, please. I'm unsubscribing you from that magazine you read about ghosts.
Oh my God! Do you think fucking
Fuck, his wife must hate it.
Aykroyd's wife must be so tired of fucking.
She's like,
hearing
you did
ghosts and
Ghostbusters, enough of the ghost shit.
Yeah.
Now. You did Coneheads, enough of the
like,
alien shit.
every night you're up trying to find Mama Cass's spirit. Dan.
Oh my God,
You need to
yeah.
sleep. All right. He's taking caffeine pills and coffee.
She's like,
He's
yeah,
like,
you,
she's
you-
gonna
you
show
have
up.
That syndrome where you like blacked out and cooked the eggs yourself and put them on the counter and then went, oh, they cooked themselves.
Yeah,
but
that-
you like
this sounds like a moderately good 2000s horror movie.
Yeah.
Where
right.
at the very end, the twist is it was you all
It was
along.
you all- it was Dan Aykroyd all
He
along.
wakes up and he's like choking his
He
wife.
plays himself.
He thought he was
Yeah.
choking Mama Cass.
Choke on, and he's stuffing a ham sandwich in his
Yeah.
wife's throat.
He has a dream and he ends up like he's fucking Mama Cass
Choke
and he
on
wakes
this,
up
you
and he's
bitch.
just fucking a ham sandwich.
Oh my god!
It's like, oh, that terrible bitch.
Now, honestly, I've had that dream.
Yeah.
So
Where did we go
I back
wrong?
him up there.
Yeah. True that. All right, we'll be back right after this.
You know, when we did Blue Streak, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh my God, Martin, are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life. That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's spend the night together. Scariest in the world.
Yeah, whatever. What's your favorite curse word? Wasn't it from that show? That guy?
What was that guy's name?
James Lipton or whatever.
James Lipton.
Yeah. Your favorite curse word.
Sometimes I look in the mirror and I just scream the N-word.
Oh my
my
god. My own face.
My own face. He does this very, he you know, like the sophisticated intellectual type.
He's like Frasier, the character.
He is like almost, yeah, very much like Frasier. Yeah, those.
It's like the monster.
What's your favorite word thing? Or curse word?
Your favorite curse word.
Has anybody said anything that's like really blown your hair back?
I seriously think someone said cunt. They dropped
Really?
the C word, I think. You know, it's probably like Scarlett Johansson or someone
And
like
everybody's
that.
like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
she said cunt.
Yeah. It's very empowering.
People have said fuck and been like dead ass
Fuck.
about it. They're just like,
and then they just
fuck.
look. They just
Fuck's
looked
my
off.
favorite. Yeah. Fuck. One of them when he said that, they stared at him, did not blink, slowly stood up, walked up to James Lipton, got an inch nose to nose,
Yeah.
and said, fuck!
Just screamed it in his ear.
And then they got back and slowly walked back, and James Lipton didn't even blink.
One tear came down.
Yeah, a tear
So
dropped
that
off.
is the finest answer to a question I've ever heard.
Oh my god. And he unbuttoned his top button.
I've interviewed
loosened his tie.
1,000 people. And that's breathtaking.
Bradley Cooper, thank you so much.
Mr.
Bradley. Yeah. And I noticed like outside, I think there's a lot of like black cats. Oh my god, I just heard one of them.
That's very weird. It's like there's lots of frogs and locusts. Now I see tons of cats.
Flying out of the sky.
Yeah. It's very, very strange. All right, we got Theologians. Welcome to a very special edition of Theologians. I am Brother Dante. With me is Brother Craig. We are here to talk about the divine.
Hello.
Let us begin.
Let us begin.
This is a very strange but poignant and current political story, but it has witchcraft in it.
This story, kind of like our podcast, it just has that je ne sais quoi.
Excuse you.
That I, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oui.
Yeah.
That I look for in a show.
I didn't know you spoke Mexican.
Wow.
All right. Modern day witches plan ritual to hex Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh no.
Witches are gathering in Brooklyn to hex
That's
the
spooky.
Supreme Court justice.
A whole coven of them, or just
Several covens.
several covens?
What do you call? I don't.
Multiple covens.
Yeah.
I think just covens.
Oh, that kind of came to a screeching halt. You ruined my fun, but I think you're actually it's
just covens.
Dozens of witches say they plan to gather in New York City this month to
They
hex.
say they do.
They say hey, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
When they're getting drunk on Halloween night, they plan on hexing.
We're throwing a hex on Kavanaugh. Let's do it.
You're
Woo!
an evil man. All right. So they plan to hex Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, who was sworn into the nation's highest court, despite facing several allegations of sexual misconduct.
Well, that can happen to anybody. I mean,
That can happen to anybody. Dakota.
I mean, I've been accused of probably 100 just this week.
You've been busy, to be honest.
Crazy.
Keep those numbers
Okay,
up.
maybe it's not that common, but
Oh, man. All right, so Dakota Brackley, a Brooklyn-based witch. I'm a Brooklyn-based witch.
Brackley?
Yeah. This is my fixie. I ride it to work every morning.
My favorite witch is Willow from the Buffy series, Buffy the Vampire series.
I wasn't allowed to watch that sort of television when I was growing up as a child. No.
Really?
It was,
I'd sit in a little pentagram shape with candles, made out of candles.
Be rocking back and
watch
forth.
that. Yeah.
Man.
And play Ozzy backwards.
Nothing.
Just a regular kid. Silly kid goofing around.
This 90s stuff.
Yeah,
90s kid
90s
stuff. Got my pogs there.
Oh my god.
Alright, so this fucking dummy Brooklyn-based witch who organized the event said the witches see the hex as a radical act of resistance. Everything's part of the
A
resistance.
spooky yet radical act of resistance.
It continues witchcraft's long history as a refuge and weapon for the oppressed, downtrodden, and marginalized.
We're gonna have to burn them at the stake.
Nobody's more marginalized than somebody burning at a stake. Am I right, brothers and sisters?
Very true.
Witchcraft has always been used throughout history as a tool and an ally. Oh, these terms. An ally for people on the fringes of society who will not ever really get justice through the powers that be. It's true, witches don't. Equal rights for witches, that's what the shows always stand for.
We have, yeah.
So they have to exact their own justice. She says, the woman who organized 3 hexes against Donald Trump last year, so as you can tell it's going great, said the ritual is meant to be cathartic for victims of sexual assault. Kavanaugh, well, all of this intersectionality at all, like everything comes together. So one can have to do with something completely different, I guess. Okay, so Kavanaugh will apparently be a focal point of the hex.
Oh, no.
He'll be the head of the hex. But not the only target, Craig.
The Horcrux? Or no, I don't know what that word means.
A lot of these people start off with Harry Potter now. I know that that's kind of like a dumb argument, but...
What?
Well, the
Harry
people that
Potter.
eventually become like witches and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like...
They do. All people do.
One day you're watching Harry Potter with your friends. Next day you're slicing a goat's throat and pouring blood all over your face, and you don't know where your childhood went.
Yeah.
Okay, so the public hex is meant to exact revenge on all rapists and the patriarchy at large, which emboldens, rewards, and protects them. All right. Days before the hearing, okay.
It's like, oh, okay, what are you guys doing again? Oh, we're witches. Oh, okay. What are we...
So what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here? What's going on?
We're going to do a hex, a powerful hex.
Go ahead and do that.
Okay. Say the woman says, the witchy woman says,
I hope it helps them.
Kavanaugh's confirmation was more proof that survivors of sexual assault may not get the justice they need by going through the courts. And that the hex is about exacting justice that would otherwise be denied to you.
Yeah. Well, and if you can use magic, that's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
Because using magic is just like a thrill ride unto itself.
Especially the dark arts.
Yeah.
You harness those, be careful.
I try and only use the light arts.
Yeah.
Which are cool.
What's that? What's an example of like a light art?
You can like summon a puppy for 30 minutes. Just it'll lay on your lap and
Man,
lick
that
your
sounds
face.
great. Yeah, it sounds very soothing and calming.
Very exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Therapeutic. And then it just disappears and says bye.
What would like a dark art be? Because like a hex, like exactly. I'm not
bringing someone back from the dead. Oh, a hex.
Yeah.
Oh, a hex. So. Oh man, I can't believe you're really bringing this up.
Oh,
now. I don't want to.
I hear. Okay,
man.
well, if you don't want to get
touchy
into it,
shit.
let me bring up some other stuff
Some
that
other
I just
hexes?
found. Yes, because this
Well,
might.
what would that do? Do you think to Donald?
Well, they're
Or
gonna tell us.
Will,
Why.
like make it burn when he pees.
It's like that scene in The Green Mile where Tom Hanks can't piss.
Yeah.
It's like he's pissing razor blades. And then Michael Duncan Clark, or whatever his name is, goes and touches his dick. He sucks his dick.
Oh, yeah. No, he doesn't suck his dick, but I don't know why I said that. But
he's on death row, right?
Yeah.
So the only chance he's got to get out, he has to suck his dick.
His guard might fucking let me out if I do this.
Sure, I have magical powers. Whatever.
And he spits out. He throws up those bees.
Oh my god! All right,
remember? Or the moths or whatever.
Yeah, the moths. He has a bunch of. He has cancer moths in his mouth. The worst type.
When you started describing it in detail right after I said he sucks his dick, then I was like, oh yeah. And it made it sound like all the details you added in, like, yeah, that did happen. But I just meant, like, holy shit. There was, like, something with his dick, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's.
I remember
like
that because I read the books.
That's how he learns firsthand that John Coffey isn't, like, making stuff up, because he pretty much has, like, I don't know, like, something wrong with his dick where he's, like, pissing blood.
I totally remember that.
And he, like,
his wife, Helen Cunt.
Yeah, Helen Cunt. And he grabs
Was it even her?
Grabs his dick and, like, and does the, his magic. And then, like... and then he, like, fixes him. So he's like, oh, so this is something, like, I've been in, like, utter pain, and this guy just grabbed me by the dick, and then all this crazy shit happened.
Yeah. Crazy stuff happens when people grab my dick, too.
Crazy stuff happens when the lights go off. Is what my uncle told me.
Oh, my God. And on that note, how are you guys doing? What really is a hex?
What is the definition of a hex? Well, the witch says that a hex is fundamentally different from a binding spell. I was trying to tell you that, Craig, before you rudely interrupted.
It's different than a binding spell?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And I should know binding spells are serious stuff. Yeah. Not to joke about.
I taught my Onyx one.
Oh, my God.
So she says it's different from a binding spell, which is about trying to block someone from doing something and limits others' agency. A hex is more of a direct attack that treats its target as an equal in a supernatural fist fight.
Oh, okay.
So this is a supernatural fisticuffs. Demonic fisticuffs.
This is really stupid.
That's what
I was hoping for such a better answer.
What do you? There still hasn't really been an explanation.
No, and so
you're just saying that it's an
kick
attack.
Someone's ass, like her spirit kicks their spirit's ass. That's
supernaturally.
Supernaturally, it does.
While some modern day, and that's it. That's all. That's the explanation.
Yeah,
everybody.
That's it.
That's all we're given. All right.
Just a spiritual fisticuffs.
Yeah, just spiritual fisting.
Whenever I say,
and you're out of here, mister.
No tolerance to you.
Yeah.
Whenever I say fisticuffs, I hesitate because I almost say fist fuck.
That gets me all the time.
Yeah. It's a Freudian.
Even when I say cufflinks.
Slip if I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, cufflinks.
Like, yeah.
Can you help me do my fist fuck?
I was just about to
Pardon
go.
me. My cufflinks.
I was gonna go to my employer's wedding, like, and on the way there, I was just like,
Yeah.
I always think of my.
You said, "Come here, hooker. I'm gonna cufflink you."
Yeah, my cufflinks. Yeah, I want to say cufflinks, and I always think, what you said, the F fisting.
I meant to say fist fuck.
Wait, yeah, that term.
So can I cufflink you?
You meet a lot of nice people during weddings. Just gonna say.
Yeah.
Yep. While some modern day witches are opposed to the idea of placing hexes or curses, kind of like I do. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I am a warlock.
An oral lock? Oh, warlock?
I got oral on lock. You don't need.
Cool.
You don't need any trouble with that. No, warlock, my man. And I don't believe.
Is that different than a sorcerer?
I'm not there yet.
Yeah. I feel
Eventually.
that. I dig that.
Yeah, I'll be Dante the White, I guess.
Oh my
No, but I don't believe in hexes or curses. That's kind of...
If you keep practicing dark arts, you'll be Dante the Black, which I think will be kind of strange.
Yeah. Well, I am Italian, so... okay,
So you are from the waist down. Okay, let's move
It's
on.
this
Move past
Mediterranean blood, Craig.
Yeah.
My temper and my
that.
gestation.
That Iberian blood, man.
Yeah. While some modern day witches are opposed, of placing hexes or curses. All right.
Oh, really?
Because of the potential harm it could cause.
Well, no shit.
She said witches who claim witchcraft is all about good vibes and good thoughts don't have an existence or that calls for this type of thing. What?
I mean,
They don't have an existence that calls for this type of thing.
that's a strange way of saying it, but I kind of agree in that a witch, you can't just co-opt witch. Like, witch is a bad thing. They're like an evil.
So if you're going to call
Presence.
yourself a witch, you
can't be
going
like, no,
100%.
we only use good energy. It's like, well, then you're not a witch.
Yeah. I understand that. You should be like, eating people and things like that.
Doing hexes.
You should go out in the woods somewhere, all by
a lot of
yourself.
cauldron stuff, big hat,
Big hat,
that type of
big goofy
broomstick,
hat.
broomstick type of stuff. Spooky stuff, essentially, is what I'm talking about. Not just happy stuff.
Yeah. All right. So she says, but many
This
of us
fucking
do.
Bitch. Oh, I'm sorry, witch.
Many of us do. Witchcraft was always practiced by people who were cast out. What?
Yeah,
All right.
very true.
Witchcraft was
Like
practiced
Willow
by...
and Buffy. Keep bringing her up. Xander was cool too.
Yeah, she got thrown out of her house because her dad was such a jerk.
Oh my god.
Couldn't deal.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, Dad. All right,
She had a dark
witchcraft
side.
was always practiced by people who were cast out, harmed by society, and had to make their own way. The hexing ritual is scheduled to take place at... What's the name of the
Grandma's
occult
house?
bookstore, Craig?
Jeez, I don't know.
Demon, the Black Seaman. No,
Oh, cool.
it's not called that. What is the occult bookstore, the spiritual community space in Brooklyn?
Oh, Barnes and Noble. Is that what it's called?
Borders.
I need the crickets.
It's called Catland.
Catland.
Catland? Yeah, that's what it's called.
Is it really?
Yeah. I just immediately think the Kit Kat Club from
I
a
was
little
in
movie, Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah, Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah, so-
Come on, girls. Let's go to Kit Kat Club.
Catland,
Oh, the
yeah, an
cartel?
occult bookstore in Brooklyn, which I'm sure if you go there,
Yeah, I go to
there's
Barnes
no
and Noble
pretentious,
for my
smug
occult.
people at all.
Yeah.
It will involve photos and effigies.
don't belong here. Your aura is too light.
You just walk in there and they're like playing New Order on the boombox.
Oh my
A
god.
tape of like The Cure.
They're
It's
playing
like, oh.
Jimmy Page's Death Wish soundtrack. That's like all demonic and satanic.
Everything's black. Black. Alright. Where was I? It will involve photos and effigies of Kavanaugh, Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh, the witch said, along with graveyard dirt and coffin nails. So if you can't get the corpses, I guess the
Yeah.
dirt is the second best thing.
Just dirt?
It's graveyard dirt.
Oh, graveyard dirt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That probably absorbs some ethereal.
Some of the body.
Material.
Actually, no. That's not the dirt. Okay.
Maybe if any of the ejaculate of some of the deceased.
I would just love to meet the guy that, like, sells these fucking, like, wealthy goth Brooklyn kids.
You're talking to him.
Yeah, the dirt. Yeah, sure, I got you graveyard dirt.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, this is
Yeah.
the best stuff. And he just goes out, like, behind his
This
fucking
was over
house.
Jim Morrison's grave. This is
Yeah.
good stuff. Mama Cass.
This was actually right around the French Revolution.
Oh
And
my god.
they smuggled his
Napoleon.
body back.
Oh my god.
And
Napoleon
I got this
soldiers.
dirt for you. Wow. Alright, yeah.
Pay top dollar.
Pay top dollar for that shit. There's a sucker born. every minute, I suppose.
Yeah.
The exact spells spoken during the ritual will be determined by the needs of the group that assemble for the hex, the witch said.
It always depends.
Explaining that some people may want to avoid some people may want to add words that place a hex on their rapist or abusive partners. I just say, Craig!
Oh my god.
Dante, is there anybody that you want to put a hex on?
No, not that I can think of. Craig!
You're just standing right next to me. Like, really, man? Sorry I had to do it. About 1,000 people say they have plans to attend the sold-out event, which only has 1,000 people sold out. That's amazing to me. Which only has a capacity of 60.
I bought
What?
I bought 30 tickets, though.
You scalping them?
Yeah. For my
Hey,
friend.
I got your goth tickets here.
I'm making my mom go. She supports everything I do.
Mom, you're gonna love the crucifixion.
Yeah.
About 1,000 people say they have plans to attend the sold-out event,
Well, I thought it was only going to have 60 people.
which only has the capacity for 60 people.
Oh my god.
So there's
But
gonna
that's how much, like, attention it's getting. And then
a lot of
all
goths.
these different covens are coming together.
in Brooklyn.
It's good to see covens coming together for a greater cause.
It's a beautiful thing.
You know.
Catland is planning to live stream the hex and distribute instructions on social media for people who want to replicate the ritual at home.
I'm going to be tweeting all my witchcraft
I've already
on that day.
actually signed us up for this. So, if this aligns, I think I might be tweeting about it on my other account.
Really?
Yeah,
Your burner?
Yeah, my burner account where I'm a goth babe.
Where you're in a coven?
Yeah.
What's your coven called?
My first one or my second one?
The Witchy Bitches?
No.
Oh,
The
that's
witchy
the one I'm in.
bitches sound seriously like a lesbian biker gang.
It does.
And not that there's anything wrong with bikers.
Witchy woman.
No, my first.
I like lesbian biker gangs. Like that character Zarya on Overwatch.
Yeah,
That's what
she's
she is.
great. My first hex.
Your first hex or your first time you fucked a witch?
They're all witches, Craig.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Witches ain't shit.
Oh my goodness. Alright, guys. We're going to be right back after this.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it just gets...
It's gonna continue
darker.
to be spooky.
There's going to be magic. There's going to be vampires. There's going to be soothsayers.
Yeah,
You
there's
might be
even-
asking yourself, what the fuck is that?
The black cats are still gonna be...
Listen to
Black
that.
cats are still around.
There's cats everywhere.
And
All right.
I don't think there's any stories about werewolves, but... Oh my god, I think we got some werewolves outside. So, I mean, stay tuned just to
strap
see
in,
how
everybody.
that plays out.
Get your silver bullets locked and loaded, because you're going to shoot somebody tonight.
And I'm shooting blanks.
Back after this.
Playing the song Psycho Sexy, the main thought that I was concentrating on in my head was, because there was this really beautiful girl there at the studio, and I was thinking, if Anthony doesn't fuck tonight, then I'm not doing my job as a guitar player, because this is the sexiest song, that I've ever heard in my life. And a lot of the times, I'll get an erection when I'm working on something, or writing, like playing guitar, and I'll just go masturbate. Or sometimes I'll try to hold back because I'll see the orgasm as something that would be detrimental to my strength creatively. So sometimes I won't, I'll see that erection as being my enemy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second annual Let's Spend a Night Together Halloween special.
Because that's like the sexiest song I've ever heard in my
Yeah.
life.
It's very sexual, this song.
Yeah.
Makes you want to dance with somebody, hold them close,
Oh,
grind
Do
those
you
hips.
think John Frusciante had a case of the red right hand? Is that what you're trying to say
That's
here?
what I was kind of alluding to. It's very on the nose.
JF? Shout out to JF. I know he's probably listening to this podcast.
John Frusciante, yeah.
Yeah, we're big fans.
Doing big things.
Oh
thank you for joining us for this Halloween special.
Yeah.
And we just want to keep these spooky times spooky, I guess.
I mean, even though we talked about masturbating while playing guitar, it's still
scary.
That's just one. Yeah, that's just one thought. It's still in the middle of this whole spooky kind of. There's a lot of mist and fog
that was
around at our feet.
There's a lot of fog around here. That's kind of interesting that Frusciante was willing to go and kind of that
kind of go the extra mile
for his music. to limit himself, to stop himself.
Yeah, because sometimes it can be detrimental.
It could be detrimental to the tune,
to his strength creatively.
It's all about enjoying each other's strength, really. Mm-hmm. All right, this segment is about love. It's called "Take My Breath Away."
Oh, terrifying! Take my breath away.
Terrifying.
We have a slide for this.
Oh my, oh my.
Watching every motion. you foolish lover. Even if your lover's foolish, you still watch every motion.
Every motion. Yeah. Every emotion. Man, I'm really getting ahead of myself. Let's just get right to it. Now, this is the great this is a great crossover of commercializing sex and rock and roll, Craig, and the goth lifestyle, really.
Oh wow, all three?
All three, actually, and the dark arts, 4.
Oh wow,
that's 4 off your autism list right there. All right, from Metal Injection, Marilyn Manson finally releases a signature dildo with his face on it.
Finally,
yeah.
You see, has he been promising it?
You see, he's starting to look like Nicolas Cage.
He does look a bit like Nicolas Cage.
Marilyn Manson looks like Nicolas Cage dressed up like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, he's like an uglier Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Oof. Oh my God. For years and years, Marilyn Manson fans have been asking, Marilyn, when the hell are you going to release a dildo with your face on it?
Yeah.
I've been asking myself. So many letter campaigns.
That you've sent to him?
Furiously writing, yeah.
Marilyn.
I have all these dildos, but I don't have a dildo of your face.
Yeah, and what is... Like, why have it... That's not a thing where you get a dildo with somebody's face on it.
That's weird, because I have a Shakira dildo.
It's not necessarily.
I mean, that's not weird at all. That's Christina Aguilera sells them. Britney
She
Spears.
sells Shania Twain dildos. I mean, Shakira dildo.
It's weird enough, Christina Aguilera actually sells a fake pussy of Shania Twain.
Oh my God.
Figure that one out. I don't know. That's
fake
a hell
pussy
of a...
Garth Brooks?
Yeah, that's a hell of a... And there's a Chris Gaines butt.
Oh,
silicone butt. If you're into that sort of thing, if you want to experiment with some butt stuff.
Garth, wasn't into butt stuff, but Chris Gaines was pretty into that.
Well, I'll say.
That was one of the big...
Yeah, he was a willing participant.
Check out our podcast about Garth Brooks and Chris Gaines. We break it down.
All right.
There's a
we do break it down.
If you guys haven't checked out our Masterworks series, it's pretty good.
So back to the dildos.
Although our hardcore fans have already heard all that material.
This is some hardcore underground Nick Cage
shit. They know all this Chris Gaines shit already.
It says, well, after years and years of begging, pleading, Manson finally relented, releasing what he's branding as a double-cross dildo, which comes with a nice bag featuring the modern Manson logo emblazoned on it.
It's emblazoned on it?
There it is, Craig.
That's his symbol now?
There's nothing sexual or anything about that. That is freaky. A scary dildo.
That looks like the thing that came out of his chest in the first Alien movie. Out of, what's that dude?
That British man? That poor British man. Oof.
Yeah, and he wakes up and they're like, you okay, man? And he's like, yeah.
Just a little tired.
And they're like, yeah, your eyes are all bloodshot. And he's like, huh? No, I'm just really hungry.
Yeah. Let's go get some chow.
pretty soon.
They go to the galley, and then this thing
And then
pops
a
out of
Marilyn
his
Manson
chest.
dildo pops out of his chest.
It just goes, the beautiful people. Do you like any Marilyn Manson songs? I feel
He
like
was on our show.
we always have this conversation.
Yeah. There's one in particular where we talk a lot about Marilyn
Yeah.
Manson. Oh, it's when Johnny Depp joined his band for a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's like
And
what
we
is
talk
it like the
about-
Hollywood
And he's on the...
Buck Six?
Well,
or
no,
something?
there's the Hollywood Vampires.
That's what it is.
That's different, but
I
he
was so
joined...
close.
He played guitar for Marilyn Manson's band,
Oh man,
like, separately from the Hollywood
that's a
Vampires.
dream gig.
I don't think Marilyn's in Hollywood Vampires, is he?
I don't know.
That'd be good for a Halloween special.
I
We
always
talked
remember hearing the Marilyn Manson got a rib taken out, like surgically removed, so he could perform. He could suck his own dick, fellatio on himself.
I think we talked about that.
We talked about this
I think
before.
that, on that one, I think that
Oh my
Johnny
God.
Depp, Marilyn Manson.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd always heard that too.
that's a great investment. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're really
the gift
planning
that
for
keeps on
20 years
giving.
down the road
Oh my
for your
God.
NASDAQ and your what have you.
Oh jeez.
They're just like, hey, Marilyn, there's all these groupies out here. You want to, like, just come out
And
of
he
your
goes,
room for a second?
What?
He's like, oh, no, I'm in her. Give me, like, 20 minutes, guys. I really got something going on here.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
It's really trying to work something out.
He's all, I'm almost there. Yeah, we'll talk later.
There's just a bunch of, like, goth
I
people.
can't talk right now.
There's just, like, a bunch of goth groupies in a circle
Like,
surrounding
super
him
hot.
as he's sucking
Yeah.
his dick. And it's just super
Oh my
quiet.
God.
Oof.
The beautiful people.
He's a Antichrist rock star, superstar.
Antichrist.
That's very Antichrist of him to suck
Antichrist
his own
superstar. That's very anti.
That's very goth.
Did he crucify himself
Yeah.
or something?
He's like, where's my crucifix butt plug?
Well,
I'm gonna
oh my
suck my
God.
own dick.
So does the Antichrist? He crucifies Pontius Pilate.
Yeah.
That is because it's the opposite of Jesus Christ.
It's like Bizarro Jesus
It's
Christ.
Bizarro Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Yeah.
So he's the one who
Like he's
crucifies
the son
Pontius
of the devil,
Pilate.
right?
He's the son of the devil.
Yeah.
Crucifies Pontius Pilate. Instead of a burning bush, it's like a soaking wet bush, I think.
Oh man. We got to brainstorm this after the
We
show.
gotta figure this out, yeah.
All right, so the double.
He was on the show. Remember?
Yeah, he's
on
a-
that
he's
episode
a-
with us.
He's a
I
friend
forget
of the
what he
show.
was talking about.
Come back anytime you like. So the Marilyn Manson, you see that bag? It comes in a really nifty bag. It's
a great
it says
bag.
Marilyn
it comes
Manson
in.
on it, and I just noticed
almost as nice as the dildo.
the dildo has
deer
like
dough.
kind of like suction cup at the bottom of it, so you can
Stick it to a piece of glass
stick it on
or
stuff.
or a
Yeah.
mirror.
I don't know. Be walking past a restaurant one night,
This-
stick it on one of the windows, and just go to town on yourself in front of the dinner customers.
Maybe it's just all for Marilyn, because think about that. He had a rib removed to suck his own dick. Now he can just sit on his own face. He can ram his own head up his own ass while
What do you
he's
get a
sucking
man-
his own dick.
What do you get a man that has everything?
A dildo with his face on it.
Exactly.
Oh my
Exactly
God.
right.
So is it
All right,
is it
so-
like a kind of a cylinder top to it, and it's like smooth flat,
Well, it's very-
painted with his face, or is it like a sculpture where it has like his facial structure of like his chin and cheeks and nose like on the tip of the dick?
It says that
That'd be dope.
the double cross Marilyn Manson dildo plus bag includes a soft, lifelike Marilyn Manson dildo and a velvet
lifelike.
double
I don't know
cross
that.
logo bag for easy and discreet storage.
It's pretty
Please
discreet.
note, and this is what you were just mentioning, please
Yeah.
note that the paint on Marilyn Manson's face is environmentally safe.
It may wear off with pussy juice.
It actually says
We better add
may
that out, I'm
fade
sorry.
with multiple uses. I think what we said was a
with
little
multiple
more
body fluids.
Yeah, kind of sound like a philistine,
Yeah.
but
Oh my
it says may fade with multiple uses.
You may polish the paint off if you keep ramming it into an orifice.
You might have to go back for seconds and buy a second one.
Oh my god, get a second coat
It's a
of
great
paint on that thing.
stocking stuffer, actually.
Can you get like a special or like a what do you call it, like the better version of it?
Like a Supreme version?
Where it's has like it's double coated paint job on the face.
We'll just wait till
wear off as fast.
Can I get this one double blasted? Because I know I'm really gonna tear into
blast myself with it. So
well,
I don't want it to wear off.
Wait till you hear what the price is, because
I still want it to look like the Antichrist superstar.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I want to know who's back there when it's happening.
God.
It says may fade with multiple uses. Fans may want to be able to know Manson's face will be on there no matter how many times they stick it in themselves.
Oh,
you cheeky guys at Metal Injection.
Yeah.
The dildo is 8 inches tall. It's 1 by 5 inches in diameter and is made of a hypoallergenic silicone with a sucker base. That's what I was describing before.
Yeah.
So
that's
you can
that's small by my standards.
Yeah, that's a little on the small side by like half of that, you know.
Yeah.
But
ladies, are you paying attention?
Christmas is coming up.
Oh,
so it has a sucker base, so you can just stick it on your wall or the floor and have fun.
yeah.
If you have $125 and a burning hole, then we suggest that you make this
How much
suggestion. $125
In a burning hole.
in a burning hole, and that's all you need.
Wow.
I saw the paint. I'm looking at the
you're one
paint
of the
again,
beautiful
and
people.
the paint. You're gonna wear that one off quick.
Yeah,
right?
it looks like it.
You're gonna wear that,
And he
off
has like
lickety-split.
his like performance look, where it's like the different
colored
eyes,
the face
and
paint.
then like the face paint.
Because the Sting face paint.
Almost like Sting, the wrestler.
But I see Marilyn Manson on the shaft, where you imagine like some
The crow.
some like nerves and shit. Nerves. What do you call it?
Oh, some veins.
Some veins. What have you? Thank you.
There's what?
It says Marilyn Manson. Can you see that?
Really? Instead of veins,
Instead
they
of veins,
perfectly
it says
spell
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the veins perfectly spell out Marilyn Manson.
Oh my! How sick would that be if it like them, because it's just flat font. It's like Times New Roman.
Yeah.
But how crazy would that be if it wasn't like vein?
That would be cool. Now
like
we're talking.
cursive
All right.
spelled
That's
it
worth
out up the
$125.
shaft. Oh my god!
Don't get me wrong.
And I still think it'd be doper if the face part, which is like the tip, it's like
It's the head, the head, the cock.
but even maybe a little like the top of his head
Yeah.
would be like where the fucking hole would be for most people.
Maybe his mouth.
Yeah, at least for me. And then the chin, is like down a little ways down the shaft. Or
Oh, I see what you're
and
saying,
his face
yeah.
is kind of on like the facade of the.
Yeah,
dick
this
or
just
whatever.
kind of looks funny.
But it'd be dope if it was like sculptured. So like
Oh,
it's, you know what I
wow.
mean? Like the top is like the shape of his head. It's smaller, obviously.
It would have been great if he actually
like,
did some
ears
kind of
and
like
a
plaster
nose.
Paris.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
It's like plaster cast. It has his cheek
enhance.
structure and like ears and nose and
Is that big
chin.
fat double chin?
yeah.
And you're just like, oof, can't
Oh
wait.
my-
I know what I'm gonna
That's
do
Halloween. That's
Friday
Halloween.
night. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll be back right after this. It's spooky here. I'm gonna get a
Don't
drink.
change the dial.
Don't
turn
change the dial. We got a black cat
Yeah.
on the sofa. It's feeling spooky. There's
Yeah.
witches.
It is
We got
really spooky.
we got witches. We got warlocks coming up.
Yeah. Right at the end of that story, I felt like this cold breeze on the back of my neck.
Ooh, what is
So
that?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
Is that a werewolf?
Oh, I just heard a werewolf outside too.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Yeah, there's some of that in the first half of the podcast too.
Yeah,
And black cats. And
good to know.
It's a
I know. I'm
spooky,
just getting.
spooky
I'm getting
thing
the
going on
bumps.
here.
You know.
So don't get. Probably you guys might want to. If it's too late at night, go ahead and turn this podcast off. Stop
Is it
listening.
Is it normal?
Put it on in the morning. It's too spooky.
Is it normal to get goosebumps on your penis?
We'll be right back.
What's your name?
My name, let me tell you my name. I'm confused because, like we're supposed to believe in the ministry, right? So is the church and state supposed to be separate? I'm confused because I never went to school, right? Is a confused person get a resolution? I don't understand. You see, when you go like that, right, you have a cross, two sticks, right? And that's how I felt when I was in Waterloo. Because Because when I walked in Waterloo and smiled at people, they treated me like a vampire. They used the cross, and they went like this by not smiling at me. In Toronto, hey, hi guys, you know me, Steve Spiros, easygoing. Those who know me, I'm a nobody. You understand? And you can't kill a person with no body. So, why am I afraid? I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Who's the boogeyman? You figure it out. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo where the vampires hang out. And I'm going to wear my sunglasses at night. You know why? Because women show their tits, have short skirts, and then they feel violated when I look at them. Why? Because I have sunglasses on and I'm weird. I'm from Humberside. I'm sorry if I made a fool of Humberside, but all those people who called me a sleepwalker, I woke up. Now I'm going back to sleep because I'm going to be committed in an isolation room because I'm going to go back to the ministry and allow them to perceive me as I am, a fuck up. Goodbye. Hey, Toronto the good. Look at this square. It was a shithole when I worked here. Now it looks like New York, Manhattan. Where are the bums? There's no bums here. Toronto doesn't have bums. But Waterloo, they're creating bums. They created me. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's the church. Talk to the Pope. He knows everything. I had it. I'm gonna die. How can you die when you're dead? Oh, wait a second. I'm going to be crucified, right? I'm not going to raise my voice.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's spend the night together. Halloween special. Let's get it going. My. All Hallows Eve, and it's getting spookier and spookier.
They're creating homeless people.
Yeah, it's too bad.
In Waterloo, they are.
Yeah, it's too bad all the institutions had to close in the 80s because people like that are just out on the streets.
On the lam.
Yeah, and they'll stab you, too. They'll come up to you with a rusty screwdriver and just get you right in the back.
And why? Because I wear sunglasses and I'm a creep. Oh, I think he answered your own question.
Because I stare at your fucking tits. I don't mean to raise my voice.
Tits. And then all the places he said sounded made up. Like Waterloo? You're from France. You're from the town where Napoleon forfeited.
The only thing that I can think of is because of like the French heritage in Canada.
I was going to say, I think there's another Waterloo.
Yeah.
I think there's a Waterloo in the U.S. maybe too.
Yeah, but so. That's hilarious, though. Yeah, I immediately think when I hear Waterloo, I think
where he surrendered or whatever.
All right, we got another great celebrity story.
Waterloo, and then he said like Hampshire, like because he keeps saying he's from Waterloo, but I'm in Toronto.
Yeah.
But I'm really from Hampshire.
That's actually Elvish
or something. And then he said something about, like all these are those are like near Mount Doom and other
Middle Earth.
Yeah, in Middle Earth.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's. It's very Hobbit-like.
Yeah, it's very inspirational hearing him talk about life. It's almost better like to not talk about that clip, but I just had to.
Yeah. All right, well,
unpack that fucking clip.
Let's get to another spooky story.
Yeah, I'm very superstitious, so that might be why. Do you think the next story is gonna be? It's definitely very spooky. Would you say extremely spooky, or is that going too far?
This is another very spooky music story. Now, when I heard about this next one, I couldn't believe it.
This is like another It's Only Rock and Roll. But this is like, that's kind of like the music you used for the Theologians.
But if it's in the news, if it's in print, it has to be true.
If it's fit to print?
If it's fit to print. If it bleeds, it leads, baby. Now, get it going. All right.
So this is another spooky, but it's music related.
Music related. All right. This is from Pitchfork. Beyonce's ex-drummer. This is another Beyonce story. We're just talking about her fupa last episode.
Yeah, we had a fupa, yeah.
Fat upper pussy area.
I'm not sure if that episode's going to be out
Slay Queen.
before this episode either.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Like,
Well,
this one might end up coming out first. But,
either way.
Yeah.
It's either in the future or in the past.
episode 60.
Fupa. Just remember
Just
Fupa.
wait for that's the fupa episode.
That's the catchphrase. That's going to be the passcode on your
Hashtag
decoder
fupa.
ring. And you're going
Yeah.
to need that. All right, so Beyonce's ex-drummer files for a restraining order, alleging extreme witchcraft.
Oh my god.
Kimberly-
Like, she played that Frank Sinatra record a lot?
Oh, just over and over again.
Witchcraft?
That's what
It's a
I was
good
thinking.
song.
Of. That's a great song.
Yeah.
Kimberly Thompson reportedly claims that she suffered from Beyonce's, quote, magic spells of sexual molestation.
What?
And that
the Illuminati
Beyonce,
spells?
quote, murdered my pet kitten. Wow.
That's probably true.
Those are quite the charges.
Wow, yeah. Is this lady, this drummer,
Ex-drummer. Former
ex-drummer,
drummer.
is she claiming anything to do with the Illuminati? Or is it just
It's just witches.
Beyonce's a witch?
Extreme witchiness.
Oh my god.
Kimberly Thompson, Beyonce's former drummer, has filed for a civil harassment restraining order against Beyonce. The Blast reports, and the court records viewed by Pitchfork. All right, whatever. According to documents, Thompson alleges that Beyonce is practicing extreme witchcraft
Oh my god.
and magic spells of sexual molestation to harass her. Now, usually when I hear sexual molestation or magical sexual spells,
Yeah, I didn't know that
I
was
hear
a
some.
thing.
I hear something and I think of something else. I don't think of harassment.
Yeah, with spells.
Yeah, or sexual molestation.
Sexual
That's quite
How is there
the
a
thing to
sexual
throw
molestation
around.
spell?
Among other allegations, Thompson also claims that Beyonce murdered my pet kitten. That's
With magic, or just like she grabbed it and squeezed the life out of it,
she petted
ripped around
it.
its
Yeah,
throat.
she petted
Yeah, she
it really
probably
hard,
petted it.
like Lenny and
hey,
of Mice
hey,
and
Kimberly,
Men.
nice cat. And Kimberly's like, thank you. And then the second Beyonce walked out of the room, she's like, oh my god, she did a spell on my cat. She's a witch.
Why isn't it breathing?
Oh my god.
It's turning blue. Records viewed by Pitchfork show that Thompson had a request for a temporary restraining order denied by the LA Superior Court on September 19th. There's currently a restraining order hearing scheduled for October 11th. So we're rooting for her here. Let's put them
Yeah,
together.
because I mean, otherwise, she's just prey to Beyonce just
Witchcraft.
in the middle
Yeah,
of her
I
billion-dollar tours to stop and be
didn't
like
even want to think about that.
following this girl to the grocery store and back home
The
and casting a
voodoo and
spell on her.
Santeria that must be going
Yeah,
on backstage at the Beyonce concerts.
Yeah.
In an email to
my
Pitchfork,
God.
Thompson confirmed the accuracy of the documents.
She should just relax and have some lemonade.
I love this. She says,
Woo!
all
Count it.
accusations
Yeah.
I survived are real. Pitchfork has contacted Beyonce's representatives.
Yeah, Beyonce. You know your drummer that you cast magical spells on? Refresh my memory. Oh, sexual molestation spells?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I killed her cat, too. Yeah, that's the one, Beyonce.
Is she
Could
mad
be.
about that?
We need to talk.
Was she upset about that?
Yeah, was she? Because if I did something that was unwanted, let me know. Because I did not mean to do that. Queen Bee, yeah, that was she didn't want that.
If Queen Bee steps out of line and sexually molests you with magic and then kills your poor
she
kitten,
speaks in the third person.
then let me know. This is what cracked me up. I figured you'd like this. Along with her work with Beyonce,
Yeah,
Kimberly Thompson also played drums in
Taylor Swift.
the Fred Armisen-led house band
What?
for the first season of Late Night with Seth Meyers.
No way.
Who do you think? Okay, so I heard that and I immediately thought Fred Armisen must be the one that's actually the witch.
That's actually casting spells?
Yeah.
Must be, yeah.
Or that Fred Armisen was maybe like stealing locks of this poor girl's hair or something
Oh my god.
during practice,
Just
to
fuck with
give
her?
to Beyonce.
Oh my god.
That's terrible.
Yeah, maybe he was working with Beyonce
Yeah.
in witchcraftery.
These celebrities, they're lizard people. They're not like you or I.
They're not like you or I.
They're subhuman species.
They don't put their pants on one leg at a time, let's just say that. Beyonce doesn't put her bra on one tit at a time.
It's hard to put pants on when you have a lizard tail.
Yeah. I think they just kind of crawl on all fours into their clothes, and then
they crawl into their human skin.
They kind of make into their form, more humanoid form.
Yeah. It's very much like Edgar from Men in Black.
Oh my god,
character.
Is that
Vincent D'Onofrio, where his skin isn't quite right,
yeah.
and like all the bones are popping out and everything.
Sugar and water.
See, that's how they trick you.
Is that what Beyonce is though?
That's what I'm
She's
thinking.
wearing like that, the skin.
Yeah. Most likely.
The Edgar suit.
That's what I was going to say. Is that they're hiding in plain sight. Is that
Yeah.
we make fun of it, and it's like not only are they getting away with such sinister activities,
like witchcraft,
but they're profiting from it.
Yeah.
And all the masses are like,
And-
isn't this a funny popcorn movie?
Oh
and
my God.
little do you know, they're sexually molestating you with magic and killing your pets.
and they're
there's
lizard people.
Nothing you can fucking do about it.
And so, the exchange rate isn't great. They take in like 50 million American dollars.
Yes.
And then they go take it to their lizard space federation, Galactic Space Federation.
Hollow Earth.
That's only worth like 1,000 space bucks.
Yeah.
But that's still pretty good.
It's still pretty
It's still
good.
worth exploiting our Hollywood, our planet's entertainment industry.
We have no souls, Craig.
Yeah.
That's how they look at us.
Yeah.
Like meat, like
because we're
human meat.
apes to them, and they're they're
Exactly.
lizards. They think they're superior.
They're
With
highly
scales and
evolved.
stuff.
They have cold,
They can shapeshift a little bit too.
cold personalities.
Yeah.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
Beyonce, Queen Bee, slay.
Queen Bee. Is Jay-Z a lizard too?
No.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Ooh. Francis the Mute. Boo.
The whole house is surrounded in coffins and pumpkins.
Yeah, mostly,
Yes.
yeah.
And kitty cats.
I just hope none of that. Like, I'd had this real big worry that seems to happen to me about once every year. Where one of these coffins, like maybe a skeleton hand would possibly prop one of them open.
We talked about this last year.
Did I?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't.
Now your main
Because it's kind of it's a fear. It's a phobia.
With your main phobia, is now the coffin. It's not going to scare you.
No, not just a coffin.
Skeletons,
not necessarily
scare you.
skeletons.
It's the whole kit and caboodle.
It's
It's
the
the
coffin
whole package.
Being opened up by a skeleton hand.
Yeah,
from
because you don't
inside.
know if that's all that's in that coffin.
Nope. It can
It's
be
just
all
the-
kinds of spooky
Just
stuff.
the tip is,
It's a spookiness that just
it's very unsettling.
chills up my spine.
No.
It's very
like a-
evocative
it's like
of
a-
the Disneyland ride.
It's like a
Haunted
good
Mansion.
shit coming on.
Oh my god.
Like when you have a hot shit in the chamber and
Oh my
you better
God.
fucking buckle up. Because you're probably going to break the porcelain. You're going to have to be like, you're going to have to call
Oh
up old
my God.
Stu from the hardware store and be like, Stu, I broke another
Give me
baby.
the number, your best plumber.
I broke another one. You got another one?
Oh.
Can you just, and he just,
My most
you get him to
recent
come to your
loaf I
house.
pinched.
Because you can't get up from
destroyed
taking a
this.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just on the phone with them, sitting
And
down.
email us in, comment about how much you guys have been taking a shit lately and how big it's been. If your plumber has to come in and help anything out.
A lot of people tell me this podcast is shit.
I already called
Sometimes
myself
I don't
a shit
disagree with
person
them.
earlier. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine they would be listening this long.
No. Unless they were something that was very unhealthy with them.
Maybe Justin. Hey, happy Halloween, Justin. Happy Halloween, Art. Happy Halloween, Justin. And guy from Greece.
All right. We're going to be right back after this.
Hello.
Give me a level.
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
Oh, you said I'm in 3 outfits.
Well, here's the problem. Like, imagine...
Are you filming?
Yeah. Yes. Imagine a presidential address. Like, you're busted with killing a hooker. Like, whatever, right?
What?
Just, no, hear me out. They say tonight the president's going to give his address. And then the camera fades out, and it's fucking the president on his desk in the Oval Office. And and he's like, I did not have sex with that hooker, right? Imagine in his statement, he states his job. There were jump cuts, multiple outfits, different...
I'm trying to talk about Iran. I'm trying to talk about Valerie Jarrett wrote the Iran
I
deal.
know, but you've told me this 300 times. Do you know that a...
That's what my tweet was about.
I know, you've explained this literally 300 times.
I thought the bitch was white. God damn it! I thought the bitch was white. Fuck.
Welcome back, everybody. Got to the end.
This song's a little spooky, but
Last segment.
it's a pretty good choice.
Let's spend the night together. God, it's spooky.
Warren Zevon, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna...
Mr. Warren.
He might join us later on in the show. I don't know. It'd be great.
We got one last music story, Craig.
Yeah.
And this is a different kind of spooky.
Yeah,
Here
this
we
one's
go.
been heavy on, it's only spooky rock and roll or whatever the fuck.
It's very spooky. This one's a little different because there's going to be demons. So get ready.
It's
spooked.
bone-chillingly only rock and roll. That's what it is.
Very nice.
What'd you say, though? This one's got demons
It's got demons.
and spirits.
We're talking about the
Yeah.
Mars Volta.
Ah.
We haven't really talked, or yeah, we have. We've discussed them here on the show before.
Have we talked about them? I'm
Let's
sure
spend
we
night
have.
together. The podcast.
What? What is that?
What's going on? We need the car crash.
Yeah, I know. I need
Where's
the
the car
progress.
crash? That was horrible.
Didn't have the sound
I was
effects.
talking.
should
I was
bust them
talking
out.
straight to the viewer right there.
Yeah.
Inner dialogue right there.
I like the Mars Volta a lot.
I do too.
But
Some
they're
people
a weird,
think-
strange 2000s band, I
Yeah.
guess you could call them.
Some naysayers might say they're too eccentric.
Eccentric.
Yeah. And they just,
Cedric
they're
is
just like, they just
eccentric.
indulge in this kind of shit.
Yeah, they have an eccentric singer and eccentric guitarist.
Yeah.
And they're
Prog
both,
rock.
Yeah, they're both, people that don't like them think they're super, pretentious, but I think they're cool.
Mars Volta encounters demons and spirits during the recording of Bedlam and Goliath.
So if you don't like the Mars Volta, you're aware of who they are and you don't like them, that headline you're probably like, oh God, rolling your eyes. Yeah, they found demons.
We
Sure
found
they
demons
did.
recording our new album. Of course, of course we did.
It's not like the Foo Fighters do it. It's the Mars Volta, the band with spooky music. And then,
of course.
That's so hilarious.
As with so
But
many...
the story is insane.
This is from Marquee Mag, by the way. As with so many records, there is a story behind the Mars Volta's new album, The Bedlam in Goliath.
Yeah, which is from 2012 or 2010 or something like that? 2011?
This was 2008 is when this...
2008, okay. Yeah.
When this article is from.
Yeah.
Because it says will hit shelves at the end of this month. However, this one is not one of the rock and roll excess, or not a story of rock and roll excess, broken heart, or a journey of self-discovery. It is a story that some may disregard completely. Like people that listen to this show, they listen to it for a second and just disregard it completely.
Yeah, we know how that feels.
Yeah.
Like the Bedlam
That's
Goliath.
a great description of the show. While to others, it is the foundation of deep-seated beliefs, centuries in the making. Either way, it is the stuff of legends. Either you think it's shit, or it's this profound
Or
thing.
it's like the
last
Mayans.
Centuries.
Yeah.
The peak of civilization.
We should put that, if we ever send another satellite out of the solar system, just go ahead and pop a copy of the Bedlam and Goliath by Mars Volta on there.
I would just want to describe the show as it's not one of rock and roll excess, a broken heart, or a journey of self-discovery. It is a story that some may disregard completely.
That is an amazing...
Yeah.
That could be at the beginning of any band of all time. But it's kind of cool.
While to others, it is the foundation of a deep-seated belief centuries in the making. Either
That
way,
should be the intro.
it is the stuff of legends. No, it is the stuff legends are made out of, and it is unraveling right before our eyes.
Oh my God, that should be the intro
fucking
of the
epic, yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, then it starts in 300 part 3.
Sounds like intro to a Spinal Tap,
Oh my
Stonehenge
God,
or
yeah.
something.
Omar Rodriguez Lopez. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that, by the way.
Yeah.
So Omar Rodriguez Lopez, the musical mastermind,
Yeah.
and producer behind the Mars Volta, and vocalist Cedric Bullocks. Was it?
I think it's Bixler.
Bixler. Hey, Zav. How do you say it?
I don't know how you say it.
Zavala.
Zavala?
Zavala spent many
Zavala?
evenings on the band. So Cedric and Omar.
Yes, they're awesome. Omar is one of my favorite guitarists of all time.
And then Cedric is
and left-handed like Kurt Cobain and Jimi Hendrix. And then Cedric's a singer with, a lot of times he had like an afro, and he's always freaking out on stage, like jumping off the amps and doing like crazy. And they both like salsa dance on stage and stuff.
Yeah, they're it's a great live show.
Yeah.
So they spent many evenings on the band's tour bus while on the road with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh shit!
In the fall of 2006,
I saw that tour.
Engrossed in their new favorite pastime. After the show, most of the college
Talking to
crowds
spooky ghosts
that are at Chili Pepper shows want to know, where's Flea? Can I meet Flea?
Gee golly, can I meet Flea?
Can you give me a pass so I can hang out with Flea?
Can I see Flea do some slap bass for
Can
me?
you give me a ghetto pass so I can go hang out with Flea?
Oh my god. I'd be like, can I kick it with John Frusciante?
Like, no, but you can hang out with Flea.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
They're like, no, John's doing yoga and listening to, like, electronic music.
So they're talking to, this is from Cedric. In a recent interview with the Marquee, he recovered from foot surgery and rehearsed for the band's New Year's costume ball. We didn't really want to
I went to that, too.
Did you really?
That's the one I went to, yeah. That's the
Where
only
was
times
that?
I've seen Mars Volta.
Is that in
was
Frisco? Or Oakland?
I think it was Oakland, I want to say.
The gay area where the players play?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Did you go with E40?
Yeah, he was there. He went.
Yo,
me and him
Craig,
went
I
together.
got you these tickets.
I got
They're
you
in the
tickets.
front row.
The Mars Volta. Ever heard of them? Progressive rock.
I got you one of their concert shirts.
40 water. We're too short.
So they're done with the New Year's costume ball. Says we didn't really want to deal with those kinds of people. Like Craig.
Having a roof over my head was my allowance.
This is Cedric.
Wait, what they say?
We didn't want to
those
deal with
kind of
those kinds of people.
Yeah.
We just kind of retreated to the bus where the new drug of choice was playing this antique game
Oh my god.
that Omar had bought for me. The Soothsayer.
And he bought. Is that what it's called? He got it in like Israel, didn't he, or something like that?
As the game was known, the Soothsayer was a talking board in the style of a modern Ouija board, sold by Parker Bros.
Sold by Parker Posey.
The one
She
and the
sells
same.
these Israeli Ouija boards in Israel.
Yeah.
Huh. I
Go
loved
figure.
her in Best in Show.
She does this as well.
Yeah. Wait, Parker Bros.
Parker Bros. I don't know why
What
they
is
had
that?
that. Huh?
Is that like a board game company?
I guess. I don't know why they had to incorporate
That
that.
makes me like in my head, maybe this is my problem.
That's a plug.
But in my head it's like some mystical store that Omar stumbled upon like out in the desert.
Oh no, they're just
And
saying
he-
that
and
it
he
was
found, like, this
it
board.
was like it was
Oh, they're
similar.
saying
It was similar style to the modern Ouija
to
board.
Parker Bros Ouija board. Oh, okay. Because yeah, I thought the one they find is like it's almost like handmade or something.
Yeah.
It's like not like
It came out of
it
the
doesn't say Milton Bradley on
came
the
out of the
box
Ark
or
of the Covenant.
something.
I say we would never dim the lights. It wasn't some corny Disney version like people might picture, like I'm picturing right now.
Yeah.
The lights were on. The messages started coming through, and I kept looking at Omar like, are you pushing this thing, or am I pushing this thing? I'm trying not to laugh.
So it's just those two sitting there.
They're just like sitting
Are you
cross-legged,
pushing this thing? Alright.
staring at one another. Are you doing this? No, I'm not doing it. Are you? No. And then somebody's banging on the door. You guys, you're supposed to go on 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes. Can't you hear they're playing Under the Bridge right now? They only have like one or two more songs left.
They played Under the Bridge 5 times in a row. Come
Oh my
on.
god. No.
Uh,
No, they don't.
And they said, okay, so the lights were on, and the messages started coming through. And I kept looking at Omar, and then this is are you pushing this thing? Am I pushing this thing? See,
Bro,
am
are you
I?
pushing this thing? Am
I don't know. I don't
Omar,
know.
am I pushing this thing right now? Look, I'm getting spooked out. Am I doing it or you?
Am I controlling my own thoughts, Omar?
Did you tell me to ask you that? He's like, stop playing the board game, Cedric.
I just kept writing down everything that it said because it was 10 times more creative than anything I think I could have come up with. Admitted Bixler Zavala. The fact that I was writing everything down is what challenged the spirits. Spirits don't like to be challenged.
Oh, that in itself was challenging them?
Well, yeah, because you know, that's...
They're like, stop transcribing our words to you, Cedric. And
You're going to get a copyright strike from the other side.
Oh, my God. These are cool lyrics, though.
That sounds like very Beetlejuice. Like, you go over to the other side and bring something back, and then the spirits get mad at you.
Yeah, he's bringing back, like, lyrical ideas.
Yeah.
I was going to use that for my next album.
The fact that I was writing everything down is what challenged the spirits that we contacted and alerted them that we had the power of unmasking their anonymity.
Oh,
okay, now this is making a little more sense, yeah. He's planning on blackmailing these spirits possibly.
Yeah.
And releasing their stories in musical form. That's some bullshit, no?
I just making sure. Yeah, that's some risky business, is what I'm trying to say.
Good movie. Great Bush scene. All right.
Oh, my God.
They say when we...
Bush is a pretty cool band. Said...
Good president, even better the second time around. I say when we first played the board, we found poetry attached to it. We hired 2 people to translate it because it was in Hebrew and in Latin, and sometimes it was in what I think was Aramaic.
Was what's the other one? Sumatran?
Yeah, something out of Morrowind, I'm sure.
What's Aramaic?
Supposedly that's like the language,
the lost language
that Jesus Christ spoke.
Oh, really?
His day, yeah. That's in Passion of the Christ. That's what they were speaking, Aramaic.
It is.
Yeah, that's what Mel Gibson was having.
And then the director started like screaming at Jewish people, didn't he? Right after that,
something like that. I can't remember that other part.
You're all Pontius Pilate.
Like, Mel, this movie's never gonna get done the way you're acting.
Yeah.
And the course you're at, big guy. It's not gonna work.
And by the way, tell my girlfriend when we're in the jacuzzi, she sucks my dick before the jacuzzi, or whatever he was yelling. We love you, Mel.
You know Mel's making another Passion 2.
He's making Passion 2?
Electric Boogaloo, yeah.
Is it where just like the Adventures of Pontius Pilate?
Well, it's so
Jesus rolling the rock over and taking off out of the cave. It's
Jesus when he's dead for the 3 days and the resurrection and everything.
Yeah, and he gets out of that cave.
Yeah. But, you know, it's 3 days for us, but for him it could have been whatever.
It was like the cosmos. He experienced the
cosmos. So I heard that and I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting.
Do you think his pops took his hand and
the
took
guy
him
upstairs,
around
the big guy?
The universe? Like,
I don't
here's
know,
everything.
Man. And it's like you don't see his face. It's just this like white flowing beard. His face is just out of view.
And
you come,
this is
Jesus.
the cosmos. And this
is Pluto.
Out of all these quintillions of planets I showed you, here's one called Earth, where I put all living beings.
This was the biggest joke out of the whole universe.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just watch and laugh at it.
Oh my God.
So the Mars Volta, so about they hired these 2 guys to translate it because it was in Hebrew and Latin.
Yeah.
And Aramaic. They say one of those translators gave us back our money and didn't want to talk to us or have anything to do with us.
Whoa. He's like, no. I just picture it like, all of it is out of Raiders of the Lost Ark or Temple of the Tomb.
I want to have nothing to do with it. And he slams down the phone.
Dios mío.
Adios mío. He says, and the other, who was a little more brave, translated the verses for us, and it turned out they translated like traditional sing-song nursery rhymes. And the more I read stuff, and the further I am away from the project now, the more I realize that it is a story steeped in the modern-day phenomena of honor killings. Very interesting. I didn't see it going there.
Yeah.
All right, so you have
A lot of albums are about honor killings.
You have your Hebrew, Latin, Aramaic soothsayer. You're learning about spirits talking about honor killings. You're writing everything down.
Yeah, everything down for lyrical inspiration.
And you're ready
for
to
your next
make
prog rock album.
Music for the sake of prog rock. For Prague. And they say the spirit known as Goliath is a schizophrenic version of three people who are trying to contact us. A male spirit, a female spirit, and her mother.
That song, that track that shares the name on Bedlam and Goliath, their album.
Yeah.
That song's fucking amazing, Goliath.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all very, like, dark.
Super heavy.
The whole album is very spooky and heavy and, like, it fits the lyrical. I think they were going for that. It's, like, real creepy and...
Kind of like our show.
Yeah, definitely.
The story is
spooky right now.
of
There's
lust.
A lot of mist in the studio.
There's so much mist in here. And I'm not talking about the classical computer game that everybody loves.
Oh my god, that's on a computer in the corner, yeah.
Yeah, just always on. Alright, so the stories of lust, seduction, and infidelity. Pain and murder. It is a classic scenario of a male character speaking over a female and the female looking for a champion who is brave enough to tell the story. Revealed Cedric.
Oh my god.
The more that Cedric and Omar interacted with the soothsayer and Goliath, the more they became convinced that the male spirit was casting a curse on them, and that they began to understand the true nature of the story the trio was unveiling. A series of events unfolded as they developed the concepts for the album and began to record. Several equipment issues hounded them, and their drummer quit. Cedric was hobbled by a seemingly random foot injury that later required major surgery. Ah, a ghost!
Oh my god, I got a ghost in my foot.
Poltergeist. A flood wiped out much of Omar's personal studio, and audio tracks were literally disappearing from the computer as somebody held down the delete key.
Oh
no. Literally from the
digital into the computer and stole these.
The demon knew how to use Fruity Loops, so
oh
he was familiar with the system a little bit.
He had a degree in audio engineering.
Yeah, he picked it up in hell. So they were saying the audio tracks were literally disappearing from the computer monitor in front of our eyes. Altogether, it seemed too much to be a coincidence. It sounds like another coincidence.
Oh my
Goliath was angry and bent on destroying this record.
He was.
How much drugs are they consuming at this point in the story?
I mean, yeah, the peyote usage was probably off the charts. Yeah, I love that story. It's so Mars Volta, like that they would have a run-in with the demon, and it's such a fucking. I like that album a lot.
It's pretty amazing. Despite the anger, the Mars Volta drove on and fought the uphill battle against the chilling, otherworldly forces with which they were wrestling. I have the devil in a headlock.
Oh my god.
Midway through
he's not happy.
And he's not happy. Tap, devil.
Oh my god.
Get behind me, Satan. Midway through the recording session, Omar commandeered the soothsayer, and in a move that probably saved the recording project.
He pulled like a Craig T. Nelson, didn't he, pretty much?
I'm commandeering this.
Oh
the soothsayer. Give it to me.
He put his guitar down and he commandeered this soothsayer.
And Cedric's like, is this a mutiny?
Oh my.
He's like,
Cedric, you know the soothsayer? I'm commandeering it. I'm commandeering the soothsayer.
Really? I thought you were my brother.
Oh my god.
Came down to this. And in a move that probably saved the recording project, buried it in a location that only he knows. He buried the thing.
And he destroyed it, right? Buried it?
This sounds very much like the end of Jumanji.
That's,
Where they like wrap it up in chains, and it's like a beating heart.
And then, and they discover it like on a French beach
Yeah.
at the end.
You're like, oh no, that's not good. Oh, some French people got it. Never mind. They deserve that.
Oh my god.
He says, and he buried it in a location only he knows. He buried it because he knows that I am an obsessive compulsive. And despite everything that was happening, I would probably want to play the game again.
Cedric.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
he, you know, the dark side, it romances you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
That's
scary.
That's
scary
it,
stuff.
man. That's,
So he
that's,
knows
that's a hell of
he
an
can
ending
control
as well.
himself.
That's
See, maybe what that is, like you were saying, how many drugs were they on?
Yeah,
It's,
lots.
I think it's almost like, well, I'm not going to say they were completely sober, but it's almost like because they had just gotten off of drugs, and he has this, like, addictive personality where he's just playing this game.
Yeah, obsessive compulsive.
Obsessively.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, getting something out of it that, like, yeah, he's using, like, a drug. He's, like, addicted to it. And
But in this
Omar had to
case,
destroy it.
it's a
and
soothsayer.
bury it. The soothsayer.
No big deal. His guitar player just
Yeah.
had to commandeer it and
Yeah.
bury it somewhere.
Omar's almost like,
undisclosed location.
bro, I'm about to give you some drugs just to get you off of the soothsayer here.
You sure you don't want to shoot heroin?
Yeah. But I'm talking to Goliath. Just give me a few more minutes here.
Wait, am I talking to Goliath
my
or am I
God.
talking to Cedric?
Oh my god. Or am I talking to Metatron?
All right,
There's also
everybody.
Metatron.
Oh my god.
So everybody, let me be your tourniquet man.
Thank you for listening to Let's Spend the Night Together. Second
Yeah.
annual Halloween special.
Yeah, thanks. I hope it wasn't too spooky for you guys.
It's been very scary. We've had monsters, spills and chills,
Yeah.
ghouls and goblins. It's been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Glad you guys listened.
And if episode 60, I don't know if that one's going to be, that one might come out after this one, so check that one out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The third host.
The true
this
trifecta
podcast
of
is
the
on
podcast when we get together. And
Yeah.
so check that one out.
And that one's like our
episode 60.
number 60, our landmark. So that's a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So, thank you for listening, and
Yeah, stay spooky.
happy Halloween. I'm doing the
All
air
Hallows
guns
Eve.
and justice for all.
Oh my god. If you've already carved your pumpkin, don't forget to put a candle in there.
Happy Halloween.
Trick or treat. Boo!